Hello, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. I think it's finally time to send our station to Duna, and we're going to be time warping, so let's check our contracts. Let's take this data from around the Mun. Should be easy enough. And let's start time warping. Now we want to get to Duna, and I think it's a little bit too early still. But in any case, we want to warp until Minmus is basically on the opposite side from where it is now. If I can just zoom out to the right level to see both that and there we go. So we want to just time warp like so. There we go. Let's check where Duna is. You know, I think I might time warp for one more revolution of Minmus. But, you know, first, since we time warp, let's go check our contracts again. Hmm. 12,320 units of liquid fuel. That's quite a lot. Recover data from around Minmus. Well, that's very easy. In fact, we can go do that right now. If we switch to our research station and we just transmit our science, we should meet that contract. How much do we have? 327 here. Let's just time warp through this. And I'm going to wait until we're back in the sun, actually. There we go. Now we're back in the sun. We should have met that contract. Yes, we did. And let's just transmit the rest of our science. Oh, no antenna. Or no connection, rather. So, I guess keep time warping. There we go. So, transmit science. Just warp through that. And transmit science. And let's refill our data in our labs. Where's our gravity scanner? Just aim the camera at this lab here. Oh, review data. Process. Oh, all labs are full of data. So that's too much data. Maybe a crew report. There we go. Just take some crew reports, process these. Alright. 719, 701. We could maybe fit a little more data in that one, so let's... There we go. Temperature scan processed. I don't think we can do another one. Oh no, we can actually. Yeah, now everything's full of data. Okay, so there we go. Just all this stuff we have to deal with since we're time warping. And there's something else we can do here. We have a contract to collect ore from Minmus. So if we just switch to our Minmus miner here. Yep, we've already reached 200% of our goal. So there's another contract down. Okay, very good. And back to time warping, I guess. Did I unlock anything? Oh, right, yes. The stuff for the ore hauler. But we're back up to, you know, over 1500 science. Yeah. Nothing I really wanted in the contract, so More time warping it is, and I'm going to do one more revolution of Minmus, I think. If I can just get to the right level here. Here we go. And just go to max warp. Maximum warp. And I actually want to have it a little bit past where it intersects with Kerbin's orbit. I'm not sure exactly how much, but maybe that would do. That may actually be too much, but oh well. I guess we'll see. So, let's check our contracts again. Haul Nerve rocket motor into orbit of Kerbin. That is exactly what we're going to be doing. Yep. Science data from the surface of Minmus. Quite easy. Extract ore from Minmus and haul it to Kerbin. Unfortunately, we can't do that with our current miner. We could use our ore hauler and fulfill that, but I'm not going to bother. Okay. So, let's head back to our research station. You can see we have 2 mining craft, 1 research station, 1 old research base, and this sort of throwaway parts tester, and that's all our active flights. Go back to our research station, and we're going to want to reverse our orbit here so that we fall in towards Kerbin. So we want to go in the opposite direction that Minmus is orbiting, like so. Pull this back a little bit so it's parallel to Minmus's orbit, and we just watch our parry here. So just bring this down, and we do want it to be relatively planar. So I'm gonna do that a little bit, and just continue bringing our parry down to like 90,000 or so. Oh. That's, well, maybe 86. That should be fine. So, let's start warping to maybe here. And then I'll just transmit a little more science before we do our burn. Or I could do it while we do our burn, actually. That might make more sense. Well, this is a little bit suboptimal. Well, no, that's actually fine. That's pretty parallel to our orbit. So yeah, I'll transmit while we're doing the burn, I guess. Or no, I don't know. It's only 160 meters per second. Might as well just do it now. Transmit. And transmit. Oh, this one is full. 500 science, basically. Do we even have enough charge? Just make sure we don't run out of charge here. Okay, so that's emptied, and transmit this as well. Oh, just go to regular time warp. There we go. Okay, there's another 1,500 or so science. So we are on our target, warp to next maneuver. Space around the Mun, scientific data from Duna. Any contracts we can meet here? Just this atomic rocket motor one that we should meet as we fall towards Kerbin. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's do our burn. And we can time warp. Just a little bit. And I'm not going to worry about matching it perfectly. Let's see, what's our parry at? Let's just try pinning our parry and burning a little bit more until it gets down to 80 or 90 kilometers. There we go. Okay. And just quick save, I guess. So we should enter orbit of Kerbin soon. And where's the Mun? I'm also going to want to do something similar with the Mun here. I'm going to wait until it's in a slightly different position, I guess. Until it's... Yeah, I'll wait for most of another revolution until we get our ore hauler going. I think I'll be sending that to Duna as well. Let's check our contracts. In the meantime, see if we have anything new. Or did I already check them? I can't even remember. Yeah, I think I might have. Okay. Well, back to our research station, and let's set up our transfer burn to get to Duna. So we want to zoom way out, set Duna as our target, and now I'm going to burn at the parry here. Just burn prograde, and we should see a solar orbit come up. Now, let's see how close we are to an intercept with Duna. Fairly close. So, we can see that's our target position. So, we're a little bit ahead of Duna, I think. Yeah, that's our closest approach. I think we're a little bit ahead of Duna. Let's just pin that. So if we burn more prograde, it's still going down, sort of jumping all over the place. I wonder if we just move this slightly this way, it would help. Like so. Let's try that. Okay, and our closest approach is still going down as we burn more. And we have an encounter. Still going down. Now it's going up. Oh, oh, oh. I overdid it a little bit. Let's try burning radially and see if that does anything. Okay. The parry's going down slightly. Now it's going up. Let's try these. That's bringing it up. And that's bringing it down a little bit. What's our burn at? 142 meters per second. Not too bad. Well, let's just get on our target and go ahead and do this burn. We're at least getting an encounter. And that is good enough for a first burn, in my opinion. We do want to be relatively precise if possible. Okay. let's check our contracts. Yeah, so we want to be at 140,000 to 150,000 meters. So we wanna make sure not to miss that. Let's just warp to here or so. And we can pin our altitude here. Make sure we don't miss that. And just, I don't know what time warp you can be at and still meet the contract. Do you have to be at 1x time warp? I'm actually not sure. Whoop, 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 whoop. Pause. Sorry. It was not registering the slowdown there. Okay. A little bit faster. And we're approaching our target altitude here. And actually we are approaching our node at the same time. I guess this... Yeah, okay, there we go. Contract complete. We've hauled the nuclear rocket into the correct orbit. So now we just need to do our burn at the right time. Okay. So I'm gonna wait until like maybe 20 seconds. There we go. And let's just do our burn. We can time warp a little bit. Okay. And now let's do our correction burn. Let's check our parry here. Well, set up a maneuver first, I guess. Just add a maneuver like here or so. And see what brings that down. Well, not that, apparently. Not that. Where's the right? Where's the new parry? The altered parry. So that's bringing it up. That's bringing it up. I guess maybe we just want to wait a little later to do our correction burn. That's a little too touchy. I guess we can at least get into solar orbit. Now what's the position of the Mun now? That is completely the wrong position. Okay. So let's just warp to here or so. And I'm keeping an eye on the Mun. Just waiting for the Mun to get into the right position. I guess we will escape Kerbin's sphere of influence first, probably. And you know, we can wait for one more revolution if we have to. Yeah, let's just get going and get on the right approach to Duna. Warp out of Kerbin's sphere of influence at least. Okay, now we're on a solar orbit. And we've met another contract, this Solar Orbit Orbital Station contract. Alright, that was a fairly big contract for us too. And we have another contract to test this stack decoupler, the TR2V. So I have one of these on the end. I guess we need to stage it. Well, okay. Just stick that on there. And come on. Oh, we're time warping. Right. Stage. There we go. And that's tested. So that's another contract done. And, well, since we filled a bunch of contracts, let's check on our money. We're now up to 9.6 million, which is a gain of more than 1 million since the start of the episode. Not too bad. We can check our contracts again. Data from space around Kerbal. I mean, these are kind of boring, but they're so easy that I can't say no. I don't know. I could go through and cancel some, but it's not really a big deal. Oh, and we should probably transmit some more science. So let's go ahead and do that before I forget. How's our science looking? Well, it's not too full yet, but we can go ahead and transmit those. And we can do some crew reports so we can transmit and process. And process again, and process again. And there we go. And we can do... Where's our... There we go. Aim camera here. We can do all our mystery goo and so on. I guess we've done that in a solar orbit. But okay. Just process everything we can. Still have room for more data. So just keep on processing until we're full. And here's our gravity scan. Process that. Okay, full of data. Can we transfer that here? I guess not. Well, I'm going to go ahead and log gravity data because we can transmit this. Okay, and everything is full of data again. I guess we could do an EVA report too, while we're at it. Just do an EVA report. Just because we can go ahead and transmit that. Okay, bunch more science for us. And now let's head... Oh, well, we could go ahead and do an adjustment burn. Try and bring our Duna Perry down. I wonder why I can't see the orbit line here. Oh well. So just pin that, and that's bringing it up. That's bringing it up. Okay, so we're pretty close on that. That's bringing it down and then up quickly. So those are both fairly optimized. How about this? That's bringing it down. Still bringing it down. Is it still going down? Yeah, it's still going down. I think it's going up now. Oh yeah, it's definitely going up. It's a little hard to see the number, actually, even for me. It's probably even harder for you guys. Oh, and now we've passed the maneuver node, of course. So we want this... Is this the radial direction? I'm actually not sure. But we can bring our parry down to, like... What if we do this, actually? Yeah, that's better. That's a marked improvement, actually. We don't even have to burn as much. Well, actually... Yeah. There we go. And I just canceled the maneuver, of course. Of course I did. Well, let's get that back. We know what to do. Okay, just burn like that, and we're bringing our parry down to like 4 million. 3.8. Good enough, really. And we can just leave that maneuver there and do that when we get to it. That is in 44 days, so we have a bit of time. And let's head back to the tracking station. So since we have the Duna launch window right now, I'd also like to get our ore hauler going. That is currently landed at the Mun, and the Mun is in about the right position for us to head to Duna from there. So let's go ahead and launch. A little bit polar. That's okay though. Let's switch here. And I'll go ahead and stop all of these. I would have set up an action group, but unfortunately I didn't do the upgrade for the building yet, even though I could, of course, afford to. We have plenty of money. I was going to do like a mass research, mass upgrade thing at some point. There we go. Might as well retract these two, I guess. And just... How's our electric charge looking? Okay. I managed to stop those before we ran out, I guess. And just stop that. We should have plenty of ore. We should have plenty of fuel. Yes, we are full up. So let's launch. And we want to burn towards 90 degrees. Oh, we're a little we're a little on the heavy side when we're full of fuel like this, I guess. We gonna make it over this mountain? I think so. Oh boy. But you know, all of this ore can be converted to fuel in orbit. So it's just like having more fuel, really. Yeah, we should be fine. Let's check our APO. And let's just burn towards the horizon here, I guess. Yeah, just burn towards the horizon. Okay. And you know, 13,000 should be fine. Let's just circularize. Oop. That's a little too much. Okay, there we go. Another 250 meters per second we'll need. And we have plenty of fuel, of course. So, warp here. And just start burning. I'm going to burn at about 2/3 throttle and time warp, just to match our APO a little bit better. And then once we get into orbit, we'll of course fall back down in closer to Kerbin, so that our peri is, you know, just above the atmosphere, and then we'll do our burn towards Duna. No reason to really try and match the maneuver perfectly. This is fine. Peri's above 10,000, that's basically all I wanted. And just quick save. So we want to reverse the... We want to go in the opposite direction that the Mun is orbiting, which conveniently is a burn close to our peri here. And let's, you know, flatten out our orbit a little bit too while we're at it. Be in our peri. And now we're colliding. That's a little bit too much. Just gotta get it just right. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Another 335 meters per second. How is our fuel looking? Well, we could go ahead and start refining some of this ore. And maybe extend one of the radiators. There we go. I don't know if that's going to affect our center of mass, so I'll extend 3 actually. I don't know why I retracted them, to be honest, but oh well. Kinda looks like a flower of some sort. I don't know what kind of flower it would be exactly, but there probably is a flower that looks like that. So just quick save before our burn. And warp to next maneuver. So we have some contracts actually. Science data from space around the Mun. And from space around Kerbin. And from the surface of Minmus. So before we do our burn, I'm actually going to transmit some data now that we have a link here. We can just do a crew report and it should meet our contract. Go up here. Data from around the Mun. There we go. Contract complete. Is there anything else we can get? I should have done this seismometer actually. Oh well. We can actually get a gravity scan too. Cool. Very good. About an EVA report. Can you get an EVA report? Yeah, we can actually. This is new as well. So there's another 24 science. And now we can just warp to our next maneuver. And as soon as we get into orbit of Kerbin, we should meet our ore contract. And we can also meet our contract for data around Kerbin. There we go. I'm just going to burn it a little over half. Just so we're not burning entirely on one side of the node, just sort of to balance it out a little bit. And just time warp. I like to have a little bit of reserve in terms of in terms of ability to burn harder. Now I should have adjusted this a little bit more, perhaps, so that it's more parallel to the Mun's orbit. But this way we're also burning closer to our parry, and we're burning we're burning closer to our Mun parry, which is also more efficient. So sometimes it's more efficient to not actually 78,000, that's fine. Sometimes it's more efficient to not burn so that you're leaving parallel to the Mun's orbit so that you can burn closer to your parry. But, we had a fairly circular orbit in any case, so it doesn't make that much difference. It's more important if you have a more elliptical orbit. But in any case, this is fine, and we have plenty of fuel, of course. We're slowly making more. Lots of ore as well. And actually, I'm going to stop this just because we have an ore hauling contract. We don't want to use up all our ore, which we won't. We will be fine, but it's the principle of the thing, I guess. So let's just warp here until we're in orbit of Kerbin, and we should see this contract complete. Come on. There we go. Oh no, we're still in the month. There we go. And there's the contract. Okay. And we can do another contract for space around Kerbin. Data from space around Kerbin, rather. There we go, there's another contract. Very good. And there's one more contract that we can do. And that's if we go back to the tracking station. We go to our Minmus miner. Well, actually we don't have a comm link at the moment, but we can get data from there too. Do we have a comm link actually? I don't think we do. Oh, we do, okay. So just transmit a crew report. Transmit. Okay, I already transmit this. And there's another contract to complete. Well, that's quite a few contracts complete in this one episode. So I might go ahead and end things here, just since we're approaching 40 minutes. We're down to only contracts about Duna at this point. Everything is in the Duna system. Alright. So, due to the length, I'm just going to end things here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.